All of the people involved, on-field ref, linesman, fourth official, and especially now in this case VAR.
That's how big of an injustice this was, and it could have happened to your club. It could have happened to my club, and I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted with the reaction to it. I'm disgusted with the way people have just sort of gone, let's accept an apology, and I'm disgusted with the way it just seems to be carrying on as normal.
I don't think the feeling around VAR has ever been lower. I do really feel this is almost like a crisis point for VAR.
Can't do anything.
No.
I can't do anything. I can't do anything.
VAR is the most contentious talking point in modern football. Brought in to ensure fairness and accuracy to refereeing decisions, it's shaken football to its core, no more so than in the place where the beautiful game started. It was introduced to the Premier League in the 1920 season as all 20 clubs voted unanimously to bring the system into the league. It was deployed across all 380 Premier League fixtures, poised to only intervene in scenarios of clear and obvious errors and serious missed incidents. Yeah, remember that one. Things started well on paper, with the accuracy of critical match decisions rising from 82% to 94% in its first season. But in reality, VAR has been the centre of so much controversy, uniting fans across the country to share the same sentiment. So, what's gone so wrong? Luis Diaz's disallowed goal against Tottenham was one of the most highly scrutinised VAR decisions in history, leading to calls to bring down the whole system. But that was seemingly just the tipping point. Just this season we've seen numerous contentious moments, like in the Man United Wolves game where a penalty appeal was declined, despite Andre Onana clotheslining Wolves striker Kalisic without even making contact with the ball. The decision stirred a significant outcry, leading to an official apology from PGMOL and an acknowledgement that VAR should have recommended a review of the collision. It was a similar story in the Man City Fulham game, where Nathan Ake's goal was allowed, despite Manuel Akanji being in an offside position, obstructing Bernd Leno's view of the ball. The VAR, Tony Harrington, upheld the on-field referee's decision, much to the dissent of many, including Howard Webb, who insisted that the goal should not have counted due to Akanji's impact on the Fulham keeper. We also had Alexis McAllister, who was red-carded against Bournemouth, sparking debates on VAR's consistency, with the decision being overturned after an appeal. And Sheffield United's John Egan was penalised for a handball against Man City, which in itself is so confusing, especially when a similar incident with Tottenham's Christian Romero went unpenalised. It's just the same story over and over again, week after week, month after month, and year after year. With technology providing a clear-cut insight into the game, it seems like the uncertainty behind refereeing decisions is down to human error, which brings to light the real root of the issue. England's refereeing standards have long been criticised, deemed inadequate for the elite level of football played in the Premier League. Former referee Keith Hackett has described the current crop of referees as lazy, highlighting the growing concern of referees over-relying on VAR to correct or validate their decisions, which he believes has fostered a culture of poor refereeing. Hackett's damning review of the state of refereeing continued on a TalkSport radio show.
What we've got at the moment is we've got referees who are not fit enough, fast enough and accurate enough to referee at the Premier League level, and therefore they should be either dropped down or moved on.
The discontent isn't just confined to the older generation of referees. Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi's frustrations reached boiling point in a match against Fulham. Following a 1-0 defeat and 2 disallowed goals for offside, De Zerbi confronted referee Darren England in the tunnel, earning himself a red card. His frustration stemmed from an earlier incident where VAR wrongly disallowed a Brighton goal, leading to a futile meeting with PGMOL chief Howard Webb. De Zerbi expressed his discontent with the refereeing standard in England, calling it very bad and lamenting the referee's attitude, which he believed hindered progress. But De Zerbi isn't alone in his criticism. High-profile incidents have stirred the pot, including a situation where Jurgen Klopp was given a one-match touchline ban and fined for his remarks about Paul Tierney, following an aggressive celebration towards fourth official John Brooks. Ex-Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel also found himself in hot water, fined £20,000 and warned about his future behaviour after suggesting referee Anthony Taylor should not officiate Chelsea games, following a string of displeasing decisions in a match against Tottenham. That match specifically exposed the scale of the refereeing crisis in England, where former referee Mike Dean admitted to shielding his colleague Anthony Taylor from a potentially embarrassing VAR call. The incident not only ignited a storm of criticism, but also unmasked a worrying trend of referees protecting each other at the expense of fair play. The maze of controversies, from VAR blunders to inconsistent decision-making and a seeming brotherhood amongst referees, eclipsing the essence of fair play, has cast a long, unsettling shadow over the Premier League's refereeing standards. As Maurizio Pochettino put it,
I trust in the VAR and how we manage the VAR. I trust in the car, but the driver that is the problem.
With referees in the driving seats of VAR controversies, it's important to note the high stakes and high pressure nature of the job. Central to these challenges is the declining number of referees, a trend mirrored globally. It's estimated that the total number of referees in England has declined from 33,000 to just 23,000 in 5 years, a situation exacerbated by the abuse faced by officials. Last season, English football clubs paid £1.3 million in fines relating to misconduct and abuse towards referees, with Arsenal leading the pack at £185,000 in FA fines. And with top managers like Mikel Arteta continuing his criticism of referees into this season, is it any wonder why we see fewer referees in what is the most scrutinised role in all of football? And the same can be seen in the grassroots level of football, where abuse towards referees isn't always confined to verbal altercations. A survey by Sky Sports revealed that nearly 91% of referees have been verbally abused, while 13% have been physically assaulted, painting a grim picture of the daily experience of referees. The plight of referees in England's football landscape is deeply concerning, with the president of the Referees Association warning of the risks to their lives due to the escalating levels of abuse at grassroots level. And Canavan's personal experience of being attacked by a player underscores the horrible culture within the sport, where the spectacle of dissent overshadows the respect for match officials. Canavan highlighted the stark difference in referee treatment between England and the Netherlands, suggesting that England has much to learn from the Dutch approach, which was reformed significantly following the death of a linesman. The Dutch model, which now sees fewer referees quitting and receiving less abuse, serves as a stark reminder of the actions England needs to undertake. Under such immense pressure, and with little support from fans, players and pundits, is it any wonder why England's referees crumble? So, can it be fixed, and will VAR ever leave the spotlight of controversy in the Premier League? Right now, the relationship between the Premier League and referees is far too toxic, and it seems like match officials are so fearful of making decisions due to the worldwide scrutiny that could follow an incorrect call. And you can see this fear in the audio recordings released by PGMOL when a decision is made by VAR.
OPP, possible offside, possible take serve. Okay, he's giving it on field.
That sounds like a Call of Duty lobby. But still, the fact that we're able to hear these recordings should fill fans with optimism, as it's clear that PGMOL recognise the need for transparency with the public. The next step is to release these recordings instantaneously and in an ideal world, in real time when a decision is actually being made. Not only would that give fans, players and managers an insight into what's actually happening, but it also gives VAR a more personal touch when you realise that there's humans actually making this call. Right now, it just seems like it's the anonymous Raw general manager putting your favourite wrestler in a handicap match. But then again, would Premier League officials be willing to talk through their decisions live, knowing about the potential criticism and abuse that could follow them if they make a wrong decision? That's where the FA needs to step up and run more initiatives to protect referees all the way from grassroots levels in order to instill more confidence and security in referees up and down the country, so they take pride in making the right decisions as opposed to living in fear of making the wrong ones. Regardless of calls to scrap the system completely, after all the time and money invested, VAR is here to stay. Looking forward, a collaborative approach between the FA, Premier League, referees and clubs could pave the way towards optimising the use of VAR, ensuring the safety and respect of referees and preserving the integrity of the game. Engaging in a transparent and inclusive dialogue, investing in referee training and support, and learning from the VAR frameworks of the other European leagues can contribute to a more harmonious and effective VAR landscape in the Premier League. Do I trust in English football to take the necessary steps to achieve that? I wouldn't hold my breath.